Welcome to the live stream. I'm wiped. We're going to get through this. We're going to do well. The thumbnail says it all. This live stream is going to be about the new year, like getting excited about it. My past life, I would reflect on what's to come in a super excited way because I kind of was chasing something. But now I was just talking earlier today that I felt so good about the last year and honestly the year before that. And I feel like they're just continuously getting better. And, you hit your stride as a man and you just want the same. So that's why I said New Year's same me. I don't want to be a new me. I like this right now and I love the continuous improvement. And if I continue to do that, if I continue to push, if I continue to grow, honestly, like every day, it's just going to continue to be great. And I loved it. I love 2024. So last night we celebrated, and I celebrated instead of celebrating what's to come and this is the year. I really celebrated 2024, and I'm excited for what's to come, of course, too. So I just wanted to put that out there and change your mindset a little bit about how to attack a new year. Inevitably, I mean, if you don't think of it as a start, a restart, I mean, I think you're lying a little bit. Like everyone has a reflection moment as we enter a new year. And it's not just writing the new date, like you're starting over in some capacity. I am going to take on a couple of new things. I have a habit tracker that I'm going to put in place. It's a paper and pen style, which I really got into when I watched some videos the other night. It was a great idea. So I'm going to incorporate that, see how it goes. If I'm successful with it, I'll share it here at some point because I'm going to incorporate my own way of doing it. I shared previously that I'm really into 9-day sprints and pushing for periods of time. So I'm going to incorporate that into the tracker. It's not just going to be a habit tracker. I'm really good with my habits, but inevitably there's some that I want to get a little better with. So tracking them in that style is a plus, but it's more than that. I'm going to make it more than that. I'm going to be really focusing on a few key items in each of those sprints. And I want that paper notebook to reflect those key items. So again, I'll figure that out. I'll share it in the future if it works for me. I think you can tell I'm busted and tired. I'm definitely more hungover today than I have been in a long time. And I guess that's a good thing to me because it's a reflection on how good a time we had last night. We were at a friend's house and met some other people there that I haven't hung out with before. And we really leaned into it and socialized at a high level. Good party. It wasn't a lot of people. And that's kind of the ones that I think are best because then you really have time to get to know some of these folks. Too many people, you'll end up bouncing around like you have a little bit of time with each person. But when it's a small group, I think 6 total, right? Yeah, 6. I had a good time really chatting with some of the folks. And karaoke came back out again, which is just funny how it makes its way into some of our get-togethers. And we went late. I think my adult children, almost all of them were in bed before I was, which is saying something. And it's rare. I don't usually go like that. And I haven't been hungover in a long time. I usually am the guy that hangs out just enough and goes home. And I like that. I'm not afraid to go home early, but I didn't last night. So wanted to talk about resilience a little bit. I've been using these live videos to tee up some other ideas. The idea of continuously being you is one idea, but that's just a New Year's thing. Resilience is another one that I thought about today. And it was because I was watching this Texas-Arizona State game, which is part of the college football playoffs. You can really learn a lot from sports. At least I do. And I'm a sports fan. I don't get hard into sports as much as I once did because I'm quite busy. And so I do a lot of highlights and I watch games back the next day sometimes where if it's an interesting game, I'll watch it on the highlights and, it's 10 minutes long. YouTube delivers on that, of course. And so, but this one I kept an eye on. I was helping clean up some of our Christmas stuff and I was keeping an eye on the game. And it just went back and forth and back and forth. And by the time I really was watching it, Arizona State had made one hell of a comeback. It was a remarkable fourth quarter. And the players were just like leaving it all out there. And you know how much I like that. And then it was tied. Then it went to overtime. And Texas just had so much trouble finishing this game. And spoiler alert, if you, no one's watching me, right? Spoiler alert, the Texas did win in the end, but they had been up against it so many times before that moment. 2 missed field goals that would have ended the game. Arizona State was at their throat to finish it, and they didn't, and Texas just kept hanging around. And it taught me, it reminded me of the importance of resilience so often when you're playing either your own sport, playing against someone, tennis, doesn't matter, golf, name the activity. Even when you're submitting proposals at My World to win work, resilience is key. Like, too often people feel like they're defeated before they are defeated. Honestly, craps is, I play craps to the end because I rarely feel defeated, and meaning the end of whatever I've committed to for that session, because the comebacks are real. And of course, craps is different because it's not the same as those sports, but your willingness to keep pushing and expecting to win and expecting for that next play, that next golf shot, that next game in a tennis match to be the time you turn it around. That's when you know you got it inside you. When I used to play tennis in my younger days, I haven't played as much over the last few years. I used to remember that anytime a match could turn around, anytime I could start winning games and I could go on a roll and knock my competitor out, and vice versa. So resilience is about you being in your head that you can win at any time, that you have the capability, and that play before is gone. In baseball, they call it showering off a loss, where you're just, the next game is a new game. Shower that game off and win the next game. When you feel like you have it in you at any moment to win, you really are on the right track. And I saw that out of Texas tonight. And the coach pointed it out after the game as well, how resilient they were. And they've been resilient all year. I'm not a Texas fan, but I am a sports fan, and I liked what I saw there. And for whatever reason, I was kind of rooting for them, even though Arizona State felt like the underdog. What a game, honestly. And so then it's flip side. Resilience when you're feeling like you can win at any time, but also that overconfidence and that comfort of being ahead when you think you're it's over, and then you take your foot off the gas just a little bit and leave that moment for win. What I sometimes say is, and this is, I don't care. Like I say, put the boot to the throat. And it's just obviously a figure of speech that, like, you want to take your competitor out and not hesitate. Like, do not hesitate to win. And because in the moment you relax and you think you're okay, you're going to lose. Like that mental state is so much. We're going to talk about it a ton here. The mental state is part of winning, like confidence. That's it. Confidence, like the optimism, the confidence to be a winner. I feel like a winner all the time, and I'm not like convincing myself to feel like a winner. I just feel like a winner, because why not feel like a winner? If you're going to feel like a loser, well, I just don't understand it. Why anyone would feel like a loser? Why would anyone feel like they're going to lose? There is nothing that's happening there. Oh, way over. See, time flies on these. I can do these for like an hour. Whether there'll be good material or not, I don't know. But time, the reality of thoughts, right? Like, anyone who's watching this channel in the future is going to be probably people who know this, but I'm just going to be talking about it often. Thoughts drive everything. So if you're worried about something that isn't in existence yet, that negative thought is just a waste. Like, why worry about something before you have to worry about it? Prepare for scenarios, totally fine. Worrying about a loss is idiotic to me. And I think it's part of the problem in people being successful. And on the flip side, thinking you're going to win before you win. Some people might say, like, oh no, I don't want to get too overexcited. Like, you're not getting overexcited. You just think you're going to win. Just think you're going to win. And to have that positive thought, have the positive thought of winning. If you win, great. If you lose, it's going to happen. But the whole way that you've had that positive thought about winning, you feel great. It's thoughts. Like, just think win. Think win. That's the message. And we're gonna grow in 2025 even more. I love 2024. I feel really good about life, and I want more of it in 2025. And we're gonna keep pushing. And of course, we're gonna make improvements. When I said New Year, same me, it was just because I'm making those improvements. I'm always making those improvements. I'm not starting the year like, oh my God, I want to get rid of the old me and be a new me. Like, that's my message. Like, be you. Make improvements all the time. At the end of 2025, you're just going to continue to make improvements. All right, we're going to check out I Am Wiped, and I'm going to go home, just chill out, and maybe go to bed early tonight. Have a good one. Happy New Year.